Dr. Dorin, absolutely brilliant to catch up with you. We've been trying to catch up for a while, and I wanted to commend you because you are yet again one of the best surgeons in the world on the Ape to Gentleman article. I've included you now for a number of years based on the fact that you are, without question, one of the best surgeons in the world, but not just the hair transplants that you provide your patients, but the care and the education that you have consistently provided for as long as I've known you. And I knew of you in the hair loss industry and the hair transplant industry for many, many years before we'd even spoken. And I'd always been kind of pleasantly interacting with your patients was a very pleasant experience. Whenever I've spoken to any of them, they hold you in the highest regard for not just the results, but how you've taken care of them. And that's why you are one of the best surgeons in the world on the Ape to Gentleman article yet again. And I just wanted to say, well done.
Thank you. I appreciate this honor to be included in the upper echelon of our hair restoration surgeons. And it's truly an honor to be included in that and recognized that way. I have to say, the inclusion of that has made the patients coming to me through your patient advocacy work to be very well educated, well informed, to be understanding about it is a process and not a treatment. It's not like they're driving through McDonald's and buying a Happy Meal and then it's all said and done. Yeah. There was a lot of planning, a lot of listening to the patients as an individual to see what goes into their psyche, how they think about it, and what they're really looking for. And you really need to address that and not just be technically good at what you do.
No, and that's why, you are so well regarded with your, with the practice and with your, the feedback that patients provide me is your level of expertise and your depth in preparation. And really, hair transplant surgery is a bespoke surgery. It's not a cookie cutter type of procedure. And you truly get that. And you take so much time and care with every single patient that comes through your door. And that, for me, as a patient advocate and protecting patients, and my role in this space is to, educate patients. Well, this is why I want to put them in touch with surgeons like yourself, because I know that they are going to be cared for as I would wish to be cared for. And surgeons such as yourself and all your esteemed colleagues that are on the list, we know the list is not exhaustive. There are many other fantastic surgeons out there. But for me to be able to guide patients in a safer direction is fantastic. And to have the platform of Ape to Gentleman, which is, the website and the article in particular is viewed by millions of people a year. So to put them in touch with surgeons like yourself is fantastic. And when I hear back from surgeons that they say, the patients are very educated that come as a result of reading the article, well, my job is done, because I can guide people in a safe direction, but I can't have the surgery for them. They have to do their own due diligence. They have to take their own responsibility. But if they're coming to surgeons such as yourself and they already understand the process and what's involved and their expectations are realistic, then the article has done its job. So it's great to get that feedback from yourself.
No, it is true. I find that to be, it's a pleasure when people walk in and they tell me that they came through this channel. It really is.
Yeah, well, I've noticed over the years that the article has been out there, and it'll be out there for perpetuity, but we do it every year, and we update the article, and we update the message slightly, and we keep resources relevant, because obviously the industry is forever changing, and surgeons, there's always new surgeons that are kind of, need to be kind of, a spotlight needs to be put on them because of what they're doing for the industry and how they're helping benefit the industry. And for people, I think patients that read the article or stumble across the article don't realize how fortunate they are of how much heavy lifting that article has done for them.
100% true. You have vetted so much when someone comes across and reads that article and takes it in. It's much easier for them to find a surgeon that's going to provide something that they're really looking for.
And the main body of the article is very much surgery is a last resort. And it makes people take stock and makes them accountable that, you know, they can't just go to anywhere and get, like you would a heart transplant. You know, if you're going for a hair transplant, you need to give it the same respect and do the same amount of research that you would before going under the knife. And this article really pulls the band-aid off and makes people realize, hang on a minute, is hair transplant surgery for me? And if it is for me, then fantastic. This authoritative piece has got a list of surgeons, and like we say, it's not exhaustive, but I know full well that those surgeons are going to educate that patient. And if they're not eligible for surgery, they will be told
100%.
that they're not eligible for surgery.
Yes, that is 100% true. 100%
And
true. Yeah.
that's really, really key. So, Doc, you know, I really appreciate, you know, everything you do for your patients, everything you've done for the industry. You know, you're based in New York. It's fantastic. It's such a busy, a vibrant place, and there's a lot of choice in New York for everything. But one thing for sure is you are without question, you know, the go-to guy in New York. And it's brilliant that, you know, the city, despite the fact you have so many patients that come all over the world, and I know I've spoken to them. I know there's a lot of UK patients that have come over to New York to see you.
That's true. Yep.
But it's brilliant that we can put you on
Yep.
that stage to be seen and give people an opportunity to get really good advice off a great surgeon.
Yes, it's true. And as you know, we recently moved our office from Midtown Manhattan out to the suburb of Long Island, still in New York. It's a 35-minute drive, but the people have been telling me, Doc, no matter where you would have moved, I'd still follow you and come out and have at least a consult to listen to your philosophy.
Yeah, well,
So,
fantastic, man. Well, listen, Doug, I wanted to say, you know, commend you. Well done yet again. You've been on the article since it started. You will continue to reside on that article because it is so important that patients get honest, ethical advice from a fantastic hair restoration surgeon, and you are that guy. And, you know, I want to just, you know, please keep up the great work.
Specs, I wanted to thank you again. I truly still love what I do. Doing this 21 years, I don't feel like I'm working when I'm there. It's an honor to be able to do that for patients, and it's truly an honor to be recognized as such an
Thanks, Doug.
advocate as yourself.